up to here, break. So if this is where I took it, didn't fulfill, came up to here, came down, and then it stalled enough where I took it. Now, this is not a conventional take that I teach you guys, but I took it. And then it just finally broke. Shitty pullback. I agree with you. Down, up, and so on and so forth, right? So, yeah. So I don't disagree with you on this take, but you had a lot of opportunities to, I think, to take this to the downside from here. And as long as your stops were above, you were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're right. This is not a clean play. And I never said that. This is why I don't say like, oh, this is bad. I think gold was like, I'm not sitting here saying that why didn't you guys take this, why didn't you take Aussie dollar? My thing is, why don't you guys take crude? That's one. Because if you would have taken crude, you would have broken even at the very fucking least. This is a break even. This is a break even. This is potentially a loss depending on how you took it. I took this, by the way, and I still fucking broke even. So my thing is like, for you specifically, it's why aren't you taking these plays? This play right here is seriously as clean as can be.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I just, I fucking missed it because I saw that huge drop, right? And then
it's not that huge, bro. Look at this. Come on.
To you.
No, it's like sure it went halfway or whatever, but it came right back in and you're down.
True, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like if it broke this or this, then I'll be like, yeah, you're right, Chia. I wouldn't have taken that. And as a matter of fact, I think I did say that if it came back, I would take it. You're right, but I was already in the Aussie trade in the eval, and it was not that easy. You can't. I'm not going to get out of that trade just to get into this trade because we have that, max whatever cap, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But this was a good entry. This literally was as fucking clean as can be. And if you took it off here, like I told Bayman, no, I don't blame you for taking it off here, despite it continue to go lower, and it's going to go lower to get here, but. Despite it, that's fucking a good win.
Like last night at, was it like 9:30, 9:45 ES major level reversal?
Yeah.
Just take a look at it. It was really clean to the long side.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me just do this real quick. So let's just say, for shits and giggles, let's just say you did the mini gold. Where is the gold? Fuck. Right there. Mini gold, right? So you did the mini gold, which is a smaller contract. I know it says mini, but whatever. 19, and this is a shitty entry, I think. 19. 25.1. All right. So let's just say you went in with, well, let me just do this real quick. So with gold, you can go with 12 contracts, right? So let's go with 12 contracts. That's $1,632. Let me just double check to make sure. Oh no, this is the mini gold. MCZ micro gold. Okay. So, all right. First off, do you agree this is a shitty entry? Like
that,
right here.
Right there. Probably,
it's not the best entry. You should be entering up here. But let's just say you entered there. All right. So let's just do this again. Sorry. Same values, 19, 31, 9. You're and your exit is 1925.1. It says 12 contracts, but let's just say you risk mitigate. So 6 contracts, that's $408 just on half of it. And that does not include your risk mitigation. So the risk mitigation would have been 1933.6 off of 6 contracts. So 408 plus 102. So $510 off of one, off of, 12 micros.
Yeah.
Like this is as fucking clean as it can get.
I know.
So again, and I want everyone to chime in. What is it that's holding you back from taking these trades?
I just need to like, grow some balls and just fucking take it. Is how I see it. I don't know. I'm a very like risk averse person, I think. Maybe that's why.
You're risk averse. Okay.
In a way, yeah.
Okay.
And it's not just me. I feel like, my entire like family is kind of like that. Especially like my dad, I feel. But it's personal problems.
It's okay to be risk averse, and it's a good thing. But let me ask you, how many times do you have to see, like, if I were to tell you, Chia, we're gonna flip a goddamn coin. Each time it lands on heads, I'll pay you $100, or not 100, but let's just say $10, or no, let's just say $5, and then each time it lands on tails, you pay me $1. As risk averse as you are, would you do that?
Yeah, I mean it's a great risk to reward.
Yes. So, but why would you do it? You're risk averse, though.
Right. I mean, because I know like the risk that I'm taking and the reward.
Wait. So, Chia, let's rephrase the whole question. Same question. You only have $50 in your pocket. I'll answer it.
If I only had $50 in my pocket, I mean, yeah, I would probably still take it. Like, I mean, if it's like it's 50-50 coin flip, right? You're risking one and you win five. I mean, I would take that any day.
Okay, and what if you have only $5 in your pocket? You only flip 5 times.
I mean, if I had $5 in my pocket, I'll take it like once or twice, maybe.
Okay.
Or once, once or probably like twice, maybe.
Which is why you're risk averse, because I would do that every day, any day until oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I wouldn't possibly take it, maybe, is if you say we're gonna flip twice and twice only, or once and once only, because the variance is now in play.
Right. Yeah.
Once we can flip to eternity, I'm taking this anytime, even if you give me a penny more each time I win or lose.
Yeah.
That's the way I view things. It's if you're giving me $1.01 and I give you $1, and you guarantee me to flip to eternity, I'll just say keep flipping it and pay me or take my money, until eternity, and just keep that program running.
Yeah.
That's the way I would see it. Right? As long as it's a fair game, keep flipping it. If you gave me half a penny, I would say keep flipping it. Right? Mm-hmm. So you got to look at things as far as EV goes. If you were to take this trade on on that on the micros, and your stop is where at the high of it, you're risking $204 to win $410. Assuming we both don't know shit about shit, that's almost a 50-50 trade. Right? Mm-hmm. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. If it goes sideways, you risk mitigate. If it go, meaning you're most likely you're going to be able to risk mitigate. If it goes up, you lose 204. It goes down, you make at least 410.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're making 2-1 on your money. Right? So why would you not take that? Mm-hmm. That's like saying if I gave you $2 for every head, and you give me $1, you wouldn't do it. That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So for you specifically, Chia, I want you to just enter. I want you to find one time frame that you're looking at for entries, and I want you to get into it. Win, lose, or draw, just get into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like your job now is to look at that LB, get into it, and that's it. If you miss that Aussie trade, I'm cool with that. Right? I have no problems with that. The crude oil trade, it gets slightly above it. It does, then LB, you get in, risk mitigate, you lose, fuck it. Whatever. Move on. Right?
Yeah.
How much is fucking 4 micros to you? Nothing.
Not
Just
a
get
lot.
into it.
Yeah.
Right? This is basically sim, with a little bit skin in the game. Fuck it. Get into it. Forget about it. Right?
Yeah.
Bad call by me on the crude. Bad call on me on ES because it never got there. Right? Directionally, great call. But fucking, whatever else. Actually, I know why I fucked up on. So I just think that you just need to get in. Just see an LB, get in. That's it. Like right now, I think this is a good entry. I might actually enter.
Did you long ES just now?
I did, and I got out. Small profit.
Okay,
So
so
okay, look, this is not ideal, right? Check this out. This is not ideal entry for whatever. Fuck it, get in. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Just get in. Figure it out later. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Who cares? If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Who cares? Just get in. And I'm using my money to show you, to teach you, but whatever. Like if I get stopped out, whatever. Signals are there. Fuck it. Well, actually, I don't even know. I didn't even check everything. Let's see what gold is doing. No, gold is not doing well. Well, whatever. Fuck it. Get in. Just the point. Like, even if I lose this right now, fuck, who cares? Just get in. Figure it out later. For you, that's what you need to do.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm literally going, okay, I just got stopped out for, I don't know, fucking whatever. Who cares? Get in. Figure it out later. See what happens. Like, I literally just took a loss right now. Who gives a shit? Just move on. Right? So for you,
Right.
that's what you got to do. Like, why would I care about 10 micros? Based on my whatever just happened right now, what is that? I'll even do it math wise. Right? That was mini. Oops. Mini. No, actually, I know. MTK. Oops. Nope. Oh. Micro minis right there. Boom. So I got in at 1866.7. My exit was at 1865.5 for 10 micros. That's $60. Who gives a flying fuck? You have $1,000 worth of 1,001 of drawdown, and possibly more. Just get in. It's $60. If it works out for you, you're making at least $200. Right now,
you get risk to reward.
Yeah, but you also have to worry that if you're going to get in twice, then that's $120 to $200 versus $60 to $200. So you got to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? But if the signal was there, just get in. Literally, just fucking have a check mark system, and if it clicks it, you get in. Anyways, I need to do something really, really quick in about like 5 to 10 minutes. You guys talk about, like, I want Harvey, Peter, you guys to chime in on this. We're not just highlighting Chia, but you guys should highlight everyone else, and talk to each other about this. The purpose of this is for you guys to all talk to each other about this. Okay? All right, I'll be right back.
You guys have a good day.
didn't, I put on a sim trade just right now.
Mm-hmm.
Went short NQ. Went short NQ, and it went against me for a little bit. Started with 37 ticks of risk. It went against me probably 20 ticks. And then it went.
You guys longed ES, right? I think Peter, you did, right? Was that just based on like structure or? Mm-hmm. What time did you enter? What time did you enter? 10. Wait, 10 like Eastern or Central? Eastern or Central? Central, 10 a.m. Central. Which is 11 a.m. Eastern. No, 9 a.m. Eastern. Mm. Mm. Gotcha. Thanks. Oof. It hurts. Yeah, cool. I think I just need to like internalize that you can't win all the time. You know what I mean? Or like really internalize that and accept that, you know, you're not always going to win and you have to take the risk. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I got to do more of that.
That's what I'm trying to sing to myself when I get to the right spot.
Do you meditate, Harvey?
A little bit.
Do you think it helps?
I think inappropriate meditation helps.
Hmm.
Those are primary.
It's almost like more like manifesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meditation is the door. When you get in, you have to have something to do when you're there. That's positive. Getting to the spot is just half of the battle of the meditation, or the growth part of the meditation, I believe. So then the manifesting is what ties into it after. Once you get to
Yeah.
that spot.
Hmm.
So
Watch this guy though. Be careful with this guy, Peter. Randy Howell. He's just you can't go too far with this guy. Okay? So he
What do
does a
you
little
mean by
bit.
that?
Well, like once you've watched it once or whatever, some of it don't subscribe because it's just a more selling. Just
Oh.
gonna sell. You know what I mean? But like once you get past, once you get past it a little bit, like a little deeper into it, it just gets into selling and selling and selling, and it's just
I hate that shit.
repetitive, right? Kind of thing. So like, just don't
Yeah.
go too far with it. Like, but he does have some stuff, but it's just don't go too far.
Sorry, I had to go take a shit.
it's range.
Everyone.
Heard of this guy? Zero?
Mark Douglas? Yeah.
No, Randy. How?
He wrote a book, right? Or he has a couple of books.
I've never heard of Randy Howell. Is he good?
Never heard of him? Okay.
No.
No. Mark Douglas is top notch. Watch almost everything you can possibly about that. And Linda Raschke.
The only problem is that he can't trade.
Mark
Huh?
Douglas.
Yeah.
His book is. I did like his book.
Yeah, no. He has good psychology, but from my understanding, he
can't
doesn't
trade.
know how to trade. Like his psychology is top notch, but Again, this is not from me, but from people I know. They said that Mark Douglas can't trade with shit.
Well, that's the whole thing. He actually even says that in the book.
No.
And why do you think you would go and do seminars across the fucking? I mean, why would you sell? Again, it goes back to this. Why would you sell a course if you could trade?
That's not true.
It isn't
That's
true,
not.
but at the same time,
Fat
back
Cat's.
then, this is easy now to sell a course. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but Fat Cat is selling his
Hotel to
courses.
hotel, but it's easy. He had to go from hotel to hotel to hotel across the nation.
Yeah.
It was like a door-to-door sales event. It's harder work. Nowadays, yeah, it's easy to sell a course. Just type on your computer from home and then you send it out.
Yeah.
Just trying to. Potentially, he didn't read the best. I heard that. I agree with you. Like a caddy, golf. Why, if they're so good at golf, why are they caddies? Pretty damn good at golf, I guarantee you. It's not good enough. There's one piece of the puzzle that's missing.
It's horrible for Joe Biden in our new CNN poll. 2/3 of all of the American people surveyed, 66% of the public, say that a Biden victory would either be a setback or a disaster for the United States.
He's in trouble. 60% among Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents in this poll, Jake. Robert Kennedy Jr. is getting 20% support inside this primary right now. Look at how Americans are rating him, Jake. I mean, 35%.
Let's see. Is that what you guys were talking about? Like,
we're just talking about, trades done today, stuff like that.
Okay.
And a bit of psychology stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Not surprised. Yeah. So, I mean, going back, like, again, I keep on asking, but what can, as with the limited amount of time we have, what can I do? What can you guys do to basically better yourselves? Mm-hmm.
I mean, what can you do to help Mark? Be like, I don't want to be like that, but you're gonna have to tell us exactly when you're entering.
Yeah, narrate what you see, I guess, could help.
I don't mind doing that.
I'm looking at ES short. I'm going for I'm looking for a pullback to ES short. I am short. Like, I know. And we finally have to just let it go and push the button. It's kind of like cheating. I mean, once the relationship with money is fixed, I believe that get over the cheating part too. You, me. I feel so bad about the cheating part. Yes.
I don't mind doing it. I just don't know if you know, if it's gonna serve you guys well if I do that, because then you don't even get to enter on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think what could help me at least would, you don't have to like narrate every single thing. Just be like, hey, get
It's
ready to
ready.
enter. Yeah, just like get ready to enter. And then,
Okay.
from then on I'll just look at the chart and
All right. I'll,
look
I'll,
at the
I'll, I'll,
signals myself.
I
I'd
can do
just
that.
kind of circle back to that, what Peter was saying about the golfer. It was about like couldn't beat him. Like, okay, so it's the same thing with golf and trading. You have to beat the markets. That's one side of it, but you have to beat yourself first. And so, like he was saying, so golf, right? So golf is a game against yourself. Then when you play match play or in a tournament, that's where it throws that extra level in, where you're now playing against yourself. You're also playing against the whole field of other participants, which is the market. So step one, fix yourself, right? Or play against yourself, right? Beat yourself, and then beat your market. Well, that's what I'm gonna here. This is where I'm gonna disagree with Bayman. It's like be back to square one. I don't think so. I think once the market part of it is broken or beaten, you can then have time to work on the you part. It's very difficult to work on both at the same time. That's the problem I'm finding what the slow process is that every time you learn something, go and do something stupid. Because they don't have to go together. They don't have to be anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking one step back here. You're taking one step forward here. You're taking one step back there. You're taking one step forward here. And the battle between the two is really what's in question. Like that's the hardest part of the whole thing is the both, right? So you get the pattern, but then why didn't I pull the trigger? Because it was, or it was too far, or what the risk was too much, or it's something to do with you, the market, right? So meshing the two is what I guess, is the hard part. Zero could just, yeah, if you could help, it's one of the two, right? And I think you can fix the market side of it. You could say, look, I'm like what Chia was saying. Look, I'm entering now. Get in, right? Or whatever. I prefer to be like more like narrated the whole fucking thing, and but I told you, spoon feed it until
The way I see it, by doing that,
I don't want to ask that of you though. That's the other issue. Sorry, Peter.
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, for at least for me, like when you're doing that, it sort of gives me a push, like a little nudge saying, hey, it's okay to take the trade. You should go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, at least, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. At least we've got a little light on it, like a little, yeah. Like I get the Z play, but like you turn them on and off. Right?
What do you mean I turn it on and off?
You're
Oh,
like,
you mean
that's a
like
no play. Yeah, it's a no play now, and you're like, oh fuck. It's not just it gets to the level. Like everybody wants it to. Okay, so it runs to the level. I push the button. That's not how it works.
no,
Yeah,
it's not.
so
But
to give you an example
you
of that, so like on CL today, right?
yeah.
We ran up quite a bit past the zone. would that still be in play? I wouldn't know if that would still be in play or not, you know. And so I probably wouldn't have shorted CL.
Because it wasn't too far away from it's still in play in my eyes until it breaks, that major level.
Like sometimes it is, sometimes just more.
Okay, so how about this? From this point on, I'll put in a red zone. How about that? As in, once it surpasses this, you're not taking it anymore. Will that help?
I think maybe. Or if you just like say it out in stream, like that's fine too, I guess. Whatever, because I don't want to put more work onto you, like that's not fair. But if it's easier for you to just call it out on stream, like that's also fine. Like,
Okay. Well, I'll put in a red thing so you guys know where it's in or not in. Because like the zones are. I'm not gonna get them perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it is as close to I can get. I try to do my best. Like I really thought that within that zone is where we're gonna reverse, but I completely get what you guys are saying. Yeah, I can do better in that.
I think it's also the way that we look at time frames. That's because you're very like zoomed out and I'm more zoomed in. So at least when you see that, I think we're pretty excited.
Which LB on what time frame is what you're like, what's hitting?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't. It doesn't really matter because I want you guys to just enter on your time frame. But if you want me to spoon feed you, then you should do 15 or 30 seconds. Nothing less. Right. But like I said, if it hits a zone and it pulls back, but it takes a while to pull back, then maybe you want to wait until you get a 5-second on the pullback. Right? But if it's immediate, then you just want to take it now. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it's an immediate pullback, I would say you should just take it in that zone.
So that actually, I don't know how to phrase that. It's very good to hear you say, because that's kind of where I get screwed up a lot. Even though sometimes it works out for me, but a lot of the times, like, because there's a different type of pullback. And I'm starting to actually, that's something I started to notice a couple days ago, is if it is choppier or slower coming back, it does pan out better if I just wait for a whole new second on a smaller time frame or a whole new setup on a smaller time frame. But hearing you, or at least narrate when that shift happens, like when the action is behaving in such a way that you would switch to looking for a new, smaller time frame setup.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm sorry if I just.
I'll be honest. Like, man, sometimes I don't switch to a lower time frame. Sometimes I just, I just look at the chart and be like, it's stalling. Fuck it, I'm gonna take it. And I take things a lot more differently than you guys, which is why like the eye test matters. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, it's stalling. Fuck it, I'll take it. That's just the way I am. It's like, this is the idea. It gave me the line break on the appropriate time. I'm just gonna fucking take it. Yeah, sure, it took a while, but I just take it.
Fat Cat made 10K today.
Nice.
Good for him.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
$11,000 trade.
He made an $11,000 trade.
$11,000 trade. 2 MAE 86 MFE with 12 lots.
So he made 18 points. Nice. Nice. 18 points.
Is he trading to the downside on ES?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
To sell, yeah. He entered at 12:41.
12:41.
Well, that's 11 o'clock. Oh, sorry, that's 1 o'clock Eastern.
Ooh,
Nice.
1 o'clock Eastern. Holy shit. Good entry.
that's a sick trade. Damn.
He's okay, so he started fighting though at 11:34. Started fighting at 11:34. Let me look at that.
Yeah, I saw that.
34.
That's
Jeez.
crazy.
Right there. So he tried it on that first pivot. Then he finally hit it on the second pivot. So let's just talk that through. I close it. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Do you see a reason on the chart here to close any of that? Just asking a question.
To close
And
what?
right
Sorry.
now, potentially, maybe right now.
To
That's a
what?
good
Sorry.
spot I would try to think about closing the position. Again, no, because Russell just broke down and Q is breaking down. I'm saying no. US dollar is going up. Gold is going up.
Yeah, I mean, capital flow sense. I mean, capital flow is great for directional bias.
And gold,
But
isn't it?
you can most definitely take this to the upside as well, right? Like, it doesn't mean that it has to. So, I don't know.
I know, but I mean, I would still let the decision unfold, though. This is what I'm trying to say. I would probably still be in. Because
Yeah.
it really hasn't told me until right now.
Especially for
I
a
don't know when he posted that.
yeah.
Posted that at like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He was out at 2:21 or whatever. That's when he posted it.
Hold on, real quick. Let me listen to my group.
Well, that sim trade that I punched out is fucking just a daily max. 142 ticks. Never, it only went against me 20. And I liked it so much, I went ahead and put an ES trade short on sim as well, just a little bit later on the next pivot. Sim profit 19. Why I'm taking this fucking combine so fucking seriously. That was supposed to be part of the fix it. For me going to the combine was to feel more like paper trading.
All right, guys.
It doesn't.
Hold on, Harvey. Listen up. I want you guys, unfortunately, to literally just fucking trust the Z plays. Right? It's gonna get way, way, way fucking better. But I will also tell you guys on stream whether it's ready or not. And I just want you to just fucking take it, dude. Don't ask questions. Don't do anything. Just fucking take it. Now, if I miss something, if I say, hey, I'm looking to enter here, the Z play, blah, blah, in the Z plays, and it's there in the zone, please let me know and say, hey, this is in the zone. Don't fucking type it out because I'm looking at way too much shit. Oftentimes, Discord is actually minimized. And as a matter of fact, I want it minimized, right? So I want you guys to just unmute and just say, hey, it's in the zone. Don't type it out to me. I don't want to read the chat. My eyes, you kind of get what I'm saying. If I'm looking at like 6 different graphs plus my group's graphs, I don't want to look at Discord. So what I'm trying to get at is just trust the Z plays. call it out if it hits it, and I'll immediately check it, and then I can say whether we're in it or not. And let's just trade together as a group. We're going to enter trades together. Now, how you manage it is up to you. I will at least leave that up to you. But you have to leave at least one contract for the group exit. So if you enter with 10, I don't care how you manage the other 9. How you risk mitigate is up to you. Although I always preach risk mitigation 101 for the time being, but you leave one contract. Is that better?
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
it.
I can do that. Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
Hey, Captain.
Again, no fucking Texas. RV, I'm talking to you too. You know, if you want to, if it's something like that, you know, I don't want the whole entire group to know. Sure, you can message me, but just know that I'm not going to look at it right away, right?
Absolutely.
You can
Yeah,
message
I know,
me.
and then well, now that I mean, if you do the stream in the levels, you have who you want in the levels chat, then there shouldn't be a problem.
No, not everyone has that shit. I trust me. If it was up to me, I would kick a lot more people out. But I do like him. I honestly want to kick John out. He provides. He's an insightful person. He's a smart person, you know, and he has good ideas. But if you're not using the fucking levels, he shouldn't be in. That plain and simple. You know, like I'm keeping him in there for a handful of people that like him, and I like him as well. But there's no reason why he should be in there. Why am I calling out levels for someone who's not going to use the levels? Some might argue, well, if he doesn't use it, then it doesn't really matter. True, but I'm also giving shit for free. So I'm not gonna, it's just not up for discussion. So, and there are some certain things that, I don't want out. So, and again, if it's something that you think that is going to be secretive, then don't fucking type it out. Just say, hey, we're at the AOE in gold or crude.
No,
What do you think?
I know.
That's
I get
it.
it. I get it. I don't. Everybody else gets it.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, no problems here.
And do me a favor. Don't text me or message me and say look at Russell or look at gold. I don't have time to decipher the code. Just be like, hey, look at gold. We're at this level. We're doing this. We're doing that. Don't fucking just go look at gold. It's like, okay, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't got time for that. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully that helps you guys. And then we're just gonna enter together. I'm gonna call out what I'm looking for the pullback of fills. You guys get in. You guys are 99% on sim anyways, so it's not gonna affect my fills. But we just get in together. Cool? Is that like at least helpful?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. Any issues that you guys might see going about that?
Is stop placement always going to be high a day or low a day, or will
Yes,
you
always.
Okay.
99% of the time.
Yeah, I was just going to say if it's not, will you communicate?
I
that?
will. I will say like, my stop is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's the management part of it, right? If you decide to go to that pivot below because the bottom of the day is too far, that's up to you.
Yes. But you still like. That's why you really have to just go with it. Like, not micros or not minis, but if you're doing micros, you just have to do it. It makes no sense if some people have like stop losses like, oh, I only want to take 8 points or 8 ticks of stop loss. it don't fucking make sense. To be quite honest with you, you know, where did you get 8 ticks? Oh, I noted, you know, and I don't want to hate on it. I love the dude, but you know, Specs would be like, oh yeah, I noticed that when I enter and it goes against me 8 ticks, it should go, you know, it goes against. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Just because it goes against you 8 ticks doesn't mean it's going to run against you 8 points. It has nothing to do with it. It's that 8 point whatever has nothing to do with it. It should always be at the very least from that swing high or swing low. No questions asked. Otherwise, you know, other than that, it just doesn't make any sense. If you guys can jive with that.
That's a great offer. I'm kind of like, when are you going to do this?
From now on.
I mean, in the zero stream from the morning or in the afternoon.
I'm gonna do it anytime we hit a level, whether someone's on stream or not. I'm just gonna call it out and be like, I don't like it yet. 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 Okay, I like it. You know, it's just gonna do that all. I'm just gonna do that. Like, to me, yeah, I'm just not going to. You know, I'm just not going to. I'm not gonna. Well, I can't wait because the market doesn't wait. So I'm just gonna say, hey, you know, I like it. Get in. That's it.
Are you interested in the levels that we're near right now?
No.
Like, no?
No. You know, I think we just went right completely past another major level in ES. You know, the Russell is close to 1857, which is another major level. I'll open up to everybody. The Dow just passed 34,696, which is a major level. You know, I just don't love it. You know, the Dow is going to touch its most significant major level soon, tomorrow.
Right. And you're in the complete mindset that you're not shorting this.
Well, we're too late to short it. So this is
It comes back up to the major level and gets rejected.
that's a tomorrow thing. That's not a today thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something that, you know, Chia, you asked me, oh, Zoro, are you only focusing on upping your contracts? No, I'm not, because I don't believe in upping contracts just to make more money. Like I'm leaving too much meat on the bone, you know, than to up contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like when I said I was aiming for 14K.
Yeah.
Like so like if you know, I called this completely right. I was short ES, short NQ, right? Days ago, right? You know, NQ was like 2 days ago. ES was like a week ago. I could have made all this money, but I read it incorrectly. Meaning I still made money, I just covered it incorrectly. So why would I want to concentrate on just upping contracts and taking on more risk when I should be focusing on taking better profit?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you know what I'm saying, like if I shorted, which I did short, you know, NQ at 15,314.75, that was my short there. If you know, so let's just go hold on a second, sorry. You know, if I were to hold it, like if I had the balls and the fucking foresight like my peers do in the other chat, you know, I don't have it. They were just talking right now. They were laughing at me. I'm not gonna fucking say anything. They were just like, is he here? Is he here? I'm not gonna say anything. If I had the foresight and held it, let's not even say to the low of today. Let's just say to the consolidation of today at like 85.75. 14.8, 85.75. That's 18.86 risk to reward. And that's 429 points of gain. in NQ. Like, I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure most of you guys have never seen 489 points in NQ. That's a lot of fucking money, man. Like, why would I want to focus on increasing my contract size when I can't even do this correctly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me,
Like
it's
that, just like Fat Cat not holding that. What was the reason for him to cut that? I don't know. Look at the chart now.
well, I'm not focusing on Fat Cat.
Well, I'm just suggesting that the reverse price action worked again.
Yeah.
No reason
So-
to panic.
Yeah. So just in context, if I were to just hold it to 14,885.75, which is not the low of the day, on one contract on minis, which is what I trade, is $8,500 on one contract.
Jesus.
On one contract. And of course you're risk mitigate, of course you're taking profit, but off one contract, that's $8,500. Right? Now, if this goes to target of the major level down below, write this down if you guys want to, 14,712, that's 12K, dude. Slightly over 12K off one contract. And I had my entry for NQ a little bit too high today, which I know why I fucked up, but let's just say I didn't fuck up, and because I found out later on, I was like, oh shit, that was a little bit too high. That would have garnered another entry to the downside. So you're stacking on stacking on stacking. I fucked up today. I had to go to a doctor's appointment, but excuses aside, I fucked up today for the NQ trade. Now, imagine if you fucking held one micro. Forget about one mini, one micro of NQ. You just made $1,200 off of one micro in 3 days. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't be afraid to trade micros, especially if you're swing trading. Right? Oh, sorry, not 1,000. We're not at target yet, but you would have made $850 off one fucking micro. That's fucking amazing. So, whether the goal again is for like what Bayman said. I get it, Bayman. The goal is for you guys to trade the Z plays, which is day trade, pass it twice, 3 times, 4 times, get comfortable with entries, and then you can open up a swing trading account and trade micros and build that. So let's just say you don't get, this is rare, but let's just say every week you're making $500 and you started with like a $5,000 account, preferably, 5,000. I think 15,000 is a little bit much, but 5,000. And you make $500 a week. That's a big chunk of, percentage wise to your capital that you just keep on building. Yes, it's slow, but you can eventually upsize, in micros until your account gets bigger and bigger. It's like, I don't I feel like I'm just saying the same shit over and over, and like I almost feel like I'm like trying to prove to you guys that this works, but it fucking works. Like, I don't know. Capital flow. Like, how often do I switch them? Like, hey, you got to watch gold and dollar now. And it shows today. Like, Bayman called me out on it. It's like, gold is not reversing. Dollar's not reversing. We should go lower. What do? We went lower. That's why capital flow is so strong. Like, you guys need to learn it. You guys need to learn everything, actually. So, but yeah. If you look at volume profile, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of reasons to do X, Y, and Z, but or another indicator. But when it comes to capital flow, it keeps you on the right side. It's like, hey, don't go long. What are you going long for? Don't go long. There's no reason to go long. You should be short and short only, right? Capital flow is not saying that you should reverse. And the one time that capital flow says that you should potentially reverse You take a stab at it and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, you just move on. Anyways, I hope you guys get it.
I do. But of course, I mean, it's gonna take time to put everything together.
Yeah, I get it, man. Hold on. Actually, NQ didn't even get to my zone, regardless if I saw it correctly. ES did though. So one way or another, it didn't get there. Yeah, it didn't get there.
Just like, do you see a little more room on the downside here?
I do for, okay, so Dow's coming into that major level, which is 34,582.
Like,
It's going to test it. It has to test it. Everything else fucking tested it. Everything tested it and they went lower. This is Dow's last chance. It's going to be defended like a motherfucker. I've been saying Dow is the strongest one, and it is. And once they test that and they can't hold above it, it's just fucking falling it. Not good. Like for any, bulls out there, it's not good. Russell's way below it now. NQ's way, way below it. We had a great test on it. ES is below it now. We had a great test yesterday before we collapsed from it. So if you guys don't know the number in ES, you guys should know. But yesterday we tested it, late day. Right? When did we test it, guys? Does anyone know? What time? What time did we test ES's number yesterday?
Well, 9:30 at night.
No.
What are you talking about then?
ES is
2:30.
Central or what? Exactly, 1:30. We tested that 1:30. What happened? We collapsed after that. That was a perfect levels to levels trade right there. Right? 1:30, we test that level. We went past it by what? Not even a point. Swift rejection. And then we're trading lower and lower and lower. What is the motto? Bad below, good above. So we're below it. We're bad. Which is why a lot of the Z plays were to the downside today. Because we're bad below. So we should be only selling in this situation. Right? So the Dow is doing the only, everyone's done it. Now it's about the Dow.
I was talking about the other level, the level which was 9:30 at night to 9:30 or 9 o'clock this morning.
To the upside.
Not as important as your most important one, but level to level there, and then from that point, level down.
Yes. So that was a valid trade. I agree with you, Harvey. That's a valid trade, especially since yesterday was Wednesday. But this is what I mean by Wednesday trades. If it's an extreme, I guarantee you're gonna get another shot on the short. And if it's not a shot to the short side, it's gonna reverse. So there's no reason, unless you shorted it way earlier, to commit yourself at the close if you're swing trading. I understand this doesn't pertain to any of you guys. I'm just letting you guys know what Wednesday rules are. What we do as a Wednesday rule. You just get another shot at it. Where did we pull back to at night? Like Harvey said, to the fucking major level. We rejected that shit. Where are we going? Lower. Right? Why? Because the Dow is leading it. Because the Dow, even though I am bullish on it, or I said that it's the strongest, I'm not bullish on it, I'm the strongest, it needs to see if it's going to clear that major level. Because if it's going to go to that major level and hold below it, shit's not looking good. This is the market biased, right? We can already see the market structure is heading lower. So, but this is the actual line in the sand. We're actually probably gonna hit it today. We have an hour left. We're fucking hitting this shit today. Hold on, give me a second. Let me ask. Hey, Judd. Let me see if he's gonna answer. He walked away. All right, he walked away. Anyways, we're probably gonna fucking hit it, guaranteed. And you're gonna see the reaction there. Let me just double check to make sure. Blah blah. Everything else. All right. So most significant level in gold is. Yeah, right there. 1912. We're gonna fucking hit that shit too. If we hold below that, 1912.3. All right, hold on. He's back. Are you watching Dow? Sorry if you're if someone already talked about it, but go take a look at Dow. One second, guys. I'm on the. Did you say no, Judd, or? Exactly. Yeah, we're what 3 points away, or whatever. And gold as well, by the way. Who? McClellan? Sounds like a joke. Yeah. What? How much? How much is he charging for that? Yeah. Guys, let me see if I can plug you guys in. How did I do this last time, Harvey? Do you remember? Harvey, do you remember?
When you
I think you had to
open,
use your phone.
when you start
All
the
right. Can
streaming,
you guys hear this?
not yet. When you
So
start the streaming,
You guys can't hear him?
I'm
and
gonna
now
turn
that
this all the way up. It's very faint.
All right.
when you start the streaming, there's an option to link your audio.
I don't know how to link it, dude. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Sorry, one more time.
Downside here. That's below its 50-day. It's come down to an area where maybe you get a bounce, but I'm not betting on it. And not looking at this either.
So full on risk off, huh?
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't want to look for a big bounce at this point until we get down to those rollover gaps, and those are, what did Ira gave me the stat a long time ago? We talked about it in the room. What was he say? It was either 95 or 98% that it doesn't. Usually, like it's a 98% deal that it goes back and trades at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm not looking at it till we get there from the long side, period.
Where has Ira been, anyways? I haven't.
I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he sent me a note earlier. Was it earlier this week? That he was driving a Penske truck to Florida to fuck for his kid. I don't know whether he's lost his mind. He went on a road trip with Janice and then, up into the northern Rockies,
Yeah.
over to the coast and back down again. And now he's doing this. I don't know. Maybe he got tired of Arizona and decided he wanted to be near his grandkids and moved. For all I know.
Good old Ira.
It's summertime. He likes to do that. He liked it with his dog, Eli.
How is Beastly, anyways?
He's good.
I saw the pictures you emailed me. It's good, great pictures.
Yeah, we gave him a bath last night. He's a different color. No, and Angelo, here's something to think about.
Terrific.
Yeah. Euro yen is weakening faster than Swiss yen.
Euro yen is weakening faster than Swiss yen. Okay. Safety trade with the Swiss, no?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, or you're just looking at Euro Swiss, but I think you got to do it against the yen.
Haven't looked at any of that since this morning.
I haven't even thought about it until I just looked at my quote board.
All right. So yeah, Swiss yen barely moving. Do you want to say that, right?
Yeah, but look at this thing. It's almost down to the 22 lows.
Euro yen is pushing an ORL day. Is that an ORL day?
Hold on.
I got to blow it up because I can't tell.
I can tell in a second. It's got to fall out.
Hi, 159.20.
Yeah, you got an ORL day there.
Oh yeah, 159.25. 159.25 was the high yesterday. 159.30 was the high today. So yeah, okay.
Okay, and you got an ORL and NASDAQ bonds. Yeah.
And you got and you have an ORL monthly working in Nikkei JGBs.
Yeah.
Hey, Angelo, are you still looking at the bonds versus the yen?
Which bonds?
Wait a minute.
I think you were talking about the 30-year against the yen, right? Earlier.
I wasn't doing anything bonds versus yen, unless we were just having a conversation about the bond market or something. I'm not real sure what you're.
I think you were saying that if actually,
There you go, big boys, SPU bonds, ORL on the daily going on.
oh shit.
I think what I was saying, Anthony, was if the band on the 10-year JGBs gets wider, that's going to create volatility across global risk assets and global bond markets.
Here, I'll start. I'm sending.
Right, that was what it was. Okay.
Is that, yeah. or at least I would expect it to create volatility, which it is. Out there now. So that tells me, the dealer gamma hedging game, that tells me market sentiment is shifting from call buying to put buying. There's a whole bunch of crap that's lining up to make me think that we're in the midst of a trend change.
Well, now you got 3 weeks of Wednesday highs.
Wait, I wanted to ask you about that. Where did the Wednesday high come from yesterday? Was that like at the 44.64 or something?
Yeah, you're just looking for, well, I think at night they
And,
went.
and what was it? Was it up like I can't even remember, but like 2 points, 5 points?
The high was 67.25. Okay, so it went right up to the one matrix level and rolled back through both of them. So it was actually higher at night and then rolled down. So where is that? Hold on. Right there.
All right, well, let me blow this up. Okay. So were the S&P? Oh yeah. So at that point, the S&Ps were positive on the day.
Yeah, they were positive at night and then they rolled. Were they positive?
Okay,
in the
so
morning? I can't remember.
All right, so they were
The high
green.
during the day was, yeah, the high during the day was 65.5.
Okay.
So during the day session, they went up to the matrix level and utterly fucking failed on a Wednesday.
So you got your 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. So now next week, no matter where they close tomorrow, they're going to be, the technical model is basically, as Mr. Wonderful would say, it's down on a fresh, which means it can rally all fucking week next week. Doesn't have to go down. Next week, you got to really trade the price action because it can be a total contra trend week. Because the market's going to try to save itself.
And still be bearish, right?
Yeah, because the market's going to try to save itself. So where does that come from? Does that come from 43.25? Does it come from 43.5? It's going to come from somewhere down there.
That means if you have a long portfolio,
You're fucked.
get out.
Hey, Angela, I have a question when you're free.
All right, go ahead. Lay it on me.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I missed that spiel between when you were talking about the negative gamma. Can you talk to me about
So
that?
it's the delta hedging.
Yeah, that's a pretty long conversation.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it for like a couple of days.
But yeah, well, I've been studying it really carefully for 2 weeks, and the bottom line is there's several things that it all tells me or shows me. It shows me that we went from a call buying regime in June and July, and in late July, it shifted to a put buying regime, and here we are. And so from a cycle point of view, right, I look at that and I go, okay, that's starting to that sentiment change to negative is starting to match up with some of the fundamentals that are getting worse. Okay, so that's the cycle part. Then there's the day-to-day, of monitoring, the positive or the negative gamma. And in a negative gamma regime, that's where the dealers have to chase the down and also chase the up. Okay? As opposed to a positive gamma regime, which is what we had in June and July. So positive gamma actually suppresses vol, because what dealers have to do is they have to sell rallies and buy breaks. That's how that part works.
Oh, that's what you're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
So
creates
there's multiple
volatility.
parts to it.
Yeah.
There's multiple parts to it that help me with day-to-day trading, right? And matching up the bigger picture.
So you get, when that happens, you get bigger ranges.
Right.
When you're in a negative vol regime like now, that's when you get actually increased volatility. And that's why it's been great, because 30 points up, 50 points down, that sort of thing. So positive dealer gamma suppresses vol, negative gamma increases vol.
Yes, remember 22, late 22, we all through 22.
All right, how many points down are we from today's high?
35. From the high? 50.
Yeah, from 20, we opened at 29. No, wait.
Yeah, well, we're at 50. We're 53 off the high. The high came before the opening. We were looking at 44.37. The high was 44.36.75.
So Anthony, this is a perfect example of how it works.
I'm all ears, Angelo.
Wednesday, Thursday, they try to hold them. You don't get paid for being short, even if it's trend, right? They give you your typical wiggle up, and it didn't go anywhere. So, I mean, it's the same.
That's right. That's exactly right. You don't get paid for being short in a positive gamma regime. You might, but not much.
Hamsters can get paid.
Yeah.
Hamsters can get paid. Exactly. And so what really screwed up the people that trade based on fundamentals, or manage money based on fundamentals, they couldn't understand how come on a day where a piece of data, let's just call it CPI, right? Just for the hell of it. We could call it anything. We could call it retail sales, or but let's just say CPI. The people that invest according to the cycle go, wait a minute, that CPI print was pretty shitty. How come the market didn't go down? And the reason the market didn't go down is because the minute it does, the dealers have to buy, because they're in a positive gamma regime. That's how it suppresses vol and gives the impression that something else is going on.
Well, yeah.
It's really interesting stuff, but you got to know what you're doing.
I just look at our levels.
And by the way, June and July, the bear market rally for June and July, really, and maybe even for longer. Well, let's just say after the
going on for since October.
You could say October, or you could also say the minute the Fed stepped in with the regional bank program, right?
Yeah, well, that really
so March.
Yes.
So even March. So from then until July 31st, this is my opinion, okay? The market was believing that inflation was going to be tamed, or was tamed, because it was coming down, and that the Fed could cut rates. And now the market's realizing that's not the case, and they're flipping from buying calls because they were positive on that narrative to now they've flipped negative. The put call ratio is rising, and has been rising since July 17th, and it hasn't changed. And it won't change until the sentiment shifts positive again and they start buying more calls than puts.
It's going to be somewhere down in here. You know, because this was the game. You know, it kept coming up to the Jackson Hole pivot and breaking. Did that 1, 2, 3 times. And then when it finally started closing above it, you know, the first swing was 200 handles.
All right, hang on, Judd. The NASDAQ is into the gap.
It is, okay.
Yep, it's into the
And
gap.
I got a little bit, I got just, you see here on the 400, somewhere down in here, they're gonna stick it in everybody's ear. So just wait a little bit here. And let's take a look at it. No, the gap is farther down. Oh, that gap. Hold on.
It's the gap is 14,764
There it is right there. 14,732.
to 16 down to 16,680. I'm sorry, 14,687.
Yeah, so you got another few points here.
Another 80
Anywhere
points
close.
roughly.
Anywhere close, it can jam people. So, you know, you're waiting to see here.
And I think that's a high probability bet because New York Stock Exchange breath, neutral, NASDAQ breath, basically neutral as well. So I'm not seeing any intense selling.
Yeah, there's no buyers.
In the shares. I'm not seeing any intense selling in shares.
No, they're just, you know, I mean, Netflix down $12, Tesla's down 5, 6, Apple's down a few, Nvidia's down 4, which is nothing for Nvidia. AMD's the one that looks bad, and that's trading near its lows. JP Morgan's getting hit, so they're not going to like that on the downside. Berkshire's finally down. Qualcomm's up.
Every sector is down except energy.
Yeah, and Workday and ServiceNow, and those names are getting smoked. So you just got to see where it goes. And look what happens. We're going risk off. Euro yen comes down.
Then pull up United Healthcare. Is it,
Suckers have never paid out a premium in their entire lives.
look at the weekly.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's got another $4 before it gets anywhere. And you know, this is the time of day where, you know, if you're going to get contra trend moves, you're going to get it. So that's what I was talking about at the top of the hour. You know, you've just had this cascade of basically no interest in buying, and it's just all offers.
I just realized it's after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, you got, you know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to go. And typically, if you were to see a rally to nowhere, you would have seen it already. So now it either comes in right on the close where people want to square up, or it doesn't.
Time flies when you're making a lot of money. Angela, did you sell NQ or Qs at that level a couple days ago?
Are you asking me, am I short the NASDAQ?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're still short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I trimmed some.
All right. Well, I fucking got out yesterday.
My shorts. I scale in, scale out.
Okay. Well, I got out yesterday. I'm kicking myself.
I'm operating under the assumption that
I don't know why you're doing that. I mean, it gave you a shot to get, you know what the game is to get.
Yeah.
It's a free out.
It was a big day for me, all right, Jed? So, you know.
Well, why not? It's a free out, Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
You're not getting, you're getting paid to make money. You're not getting paid to sit there and be in a position.
Well, I don't get paid anyways. My wife takes it all.
Well, that's between you and your wife.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation.
Yeah. I don't even know why I
Anthony,
work.
Are you saying you have Anthony?
Fuck.
Are you saying you have runners on? Is that what you're doing? Or
No, I'm kicking myself because I didn't let the runners run. I should have. It was a great trade. I mean, we talked about the day, on Monday going up to that level 15, whatever, and then shorting that, and you called it perfect. And I did short it. I have the luxury of trading, London. I took that short, and I covered it early, is what I'm saying. You know.
You know what? Hindsight can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. How do you know I call my wife hindsight?
Yeah.
Is that when she says to you, "No, sorry, we already had sex," and you go, "Well, when did that happen?"
Well, usually I have sex and she doesn't.
Her hindsight's not your hindsight.
Yeah.
40 years later, Anthony, I still wake up once in a while on the day that I got the bright idea at $260 yen that the yen was going to go back into the threes and not basically back from there to parity.
Wait, when was this?
It was a real tough day. It was dollar yen was trading around 260. It was midweek, and I got the bright idea that that was going to be the high for the yen.
Was that the 1980s?
Oh yeah, I mean I must have traded 20,000 contracts that day.
This was on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, maybe you should be more like PAX and tell like floor stories and shit.
Yeah, fuck him. I trade silver fucking contract. I didn't know whether it's long or short.
Did Anthony? Did he ever tell you the time that he went broke, or no? Did he not fess up to that one?
No, he did. He fessed up that he went broke, and then I forget the story as to how, but he
I told him not to fucking do it, and he did.
Yeah,
Everybody in the group made almost 7 figures that day or more. Okay, in 2 minutes, in 2 fucking minutes.
Hey.
And I said, whatever you do not sell into this zone. It's a buy before you sell zone. And dumb shit thought he was going to make $3,000 by opening his big, fat, cocky fucking mouth. And he lost $1.5 million. He was pissing in his pants. The order fillers tried to give him $2-3 million. And he was so destroyed that he couldn't even take the money. That's what happens when you don't listen.
Dad, he's not here. It's okay. But I will tell you this: you made his career, because if it wasn't for 2020 and you making him that much money, he wouldn't have a room.
Yeah, no, I have nothing to do with the fucking prick. Angelo and I built his website for him. Dickhead. But don't get me going on that.
That's why we're gonna send you a nat gas chart when you're in the hospital. Get you riled up.
Yeah, well, the kid that was clerking for me then was the son of a guy, kid I grew up, longtime friend I grew up sailing with. He was the largest nat gas local in the world. And he quit trading because he couldn't make money after a while.
Which is why you
traded so much nat gas that ICE flew him to the Super Bowl and put him in a box.
because of his commissions, or
Oh yeah.
Oh.
This euro yen versus Swiss yen is going to get really interesting. I sent this to Ira just to work him out.
Didn't you say he's on vacation? Why would you do that to him?
Why not?
He doesn't. He keeps working. He keeps
He
reading
always
and stuff. He
looks at
doesn't
what's
stop.
going on. He's got a laptop in the car if he's driving, and when Janice drives, he looks and he works. He's always managing his money.
You should ask McClellan where's his back test for this this idea.
He came out with some other horse shit before. I looked.
All right, guys. That's just a slight treat for you guys. You guys can kind of see the, this crazy amount of fucking shit we look at. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't really trade at this time, Damon. No, they put in a lot of thought. Trust me. Like we usually talk throughout the day. So
I thought it was really interesting what he said about the
20,000. What were you saying, Retro? Sorry.
I don't know why I dropped off. I thought it was interesting what he said about the regime shift because
Angel's a portfolio manager, so he knows exactly, what he's talking about. Yeah.
I mean, because this is what was happening last year. You had all these trend days. It was up all the time, and then it was down all the time, and all of that went away for the first 6 months, and it's now coming back, and it's because of the dealer positioning. And I was like, that makes so much sense, because why are we continuing to fall again and again? Like, it's a trend. Like, these trend days are back. And like next week when the market tries to save itself, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like all the way up,
And
throughout the whole day type of thing.
Retro, he can't even trade futures. No, because he's registered portfolio manager. You can't trade futures.
Yeah.
So he only can trade the Qs, the SPY, whatever, right? So he's just fucking loading up like crazy. So when I was telling you guys that, where I shorted the NQ, and I covered it, motherfucker's still holding it. He's made 2x what I made. Right? No,
but if you knew about the regime, you would have held it, right? Because we've shifted. Yeah.
Right, which is why, when I was talking to Chia about this, and about he was like, "Oh, I have a goal for next year, how much I want to make, whatever." And he goes, "Are you going to up in size?" No, I'm not going to up in size because I'm reading it correctly, but I'm not reading it correctly. Meaning, I'm not leaving my runners to run.
Exactly. Like this is the time to let the runners run. You can't do that the first 6 months of the year. You couldn't. Yeah. You could do that last year. You couldn't do it this year.
This an upside, but which I did for a micro. But
but I don't. Depending on what they're saying is technically no, because that's not the regime we were in. Because you see, we crawled up.
Yeah.
We didn't just blast up.
Shoot up.
Now we're in now we're in that high volatile mode where we're just gonna ramp up and ramp down really fast.
Yeah.
And I think those are the nuances
that we need to
you
learn.
only see over time. Yeah, you need to learn and then you need to see it and see the shift because and price action does kind of tell you this. It gives you hints. Because there were a couple of days
tells you everything else.
Yeah. Because once I started seeing down days that trended all day and they just started creeping up. I'm like, well, this is weird. This has not happened for so long. But I didn't know what was going on. And now it's now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But you see it coming.
So that's why it's I agree with you, Retro, but you see why it's it's not about adding contracts. It's about entering correctly on the side and letting it fucking run. You don't need to add contracts. 4 contracts is more than enough if you learn capital flow like the way they do and the way I'm trying to. It's more than enough to make fucking, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
It is, yeah.
Imagine if you're correctly on the side, and we're not talking about tops and bottoms here, but just correctly on the side of ES and NQ, and then Dow, and then crude, and then Natty's nat gas, or whatever. Like, you just make money off 4 contracts. And this is the thing that they do all the time. I really wish Andrew was here so that he could chime in, but that dude's fucking amazing. Resha, you've heard him.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, you can tell how complex he is. For those of you who don't know who Andrew is, he was the head analyst for Paul Tudor Jones, and what he learned from these guys, he brought to Paul Tudor Jones, and Paul Tudor Jones uses that method. So does Drunkenmiller as well. So then they know these guys, and I'm a little bit of a fanboy, but as soon as I heard, dude, so many people use this, why would I not learn it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's funny though, because like we're looking at this and it's like the first 6 months could have just been like a bear market rally. Like, it's so crazy to think that.
Yeah. Angelo, just to let you guys know, he's more of a more diverse type of technician, but Judd is hands down the best technician there is, which is what Penn was talking about, and Penn just chimed in whatever. She's just whatever, but and then Ira's the macro guy, and we have our grain guy, and we have other stuff, and I'm just for the most part, just like I'm just there. I'm just calling shit out. But yeah, so you guys get it.
So did they talk to you about how they figure out like whether the dealers are positive gamma or negative gamma? Like, are they?
Angela's a little bit, because currently right now in the room we have 13 people, which is a lot of people. And then there's like 2 people or 3 people that they just brought in. And I know Angelo, he's not going to tell me now in front of everybody. He's going to have to tell me later.
Right.
So I got to figure that out. I got to, Angelo's the type of guy that's like, I'll send him a bottle of fucking whiskey, and then we'll just sit and just fucking talk on Zoom.
Yeah.
He's that type of dude. Like, he's not going to fucking, give me anything. And then Langer just never fucking talks on voice. Is like, this guy's amazing. I already talked about it. Like, people have tried to pay him, tried to, even I asked him, and I'm part of the quote unquote inner circle trading, guys. Hashtag. And he won't even teach me. Like, even though I'm part of that inner circle, he won't teach me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not everyone's like open to be like, yeah, here's my edge, like, and I asked Langer, and it's not that he's not willing to teach. He's just too old. Meaning, like, he's teached others, and he's just like, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore, and he just wants to, do his thing now. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was good.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just letting you guys, I'm not doing this for like fucking show. I was showing it to a selected group of people, and I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure some of you guys want to know. So I opened it up for the rest. Now that I've kicked a lot of people out, I hope you guys are, understanding things now. Like when I'm saying like, oh, gold and dollar index today, it's not bullshit, guys. I'm not just making shit up. You know, like it's a real thing. Based on what these guys are also talking about, who are much, much more knowledgeable and smarter than I am. Yeah, so. But at the same time, I know this is not popular. This is not something that most people want to know. I think, yeah. Anyways. You guys have questions, let me know. You're doing some weird ass shit.
MQ is almost at its level.
Yeah, and we were just talking about it, and they're like, it's not gonna hold there.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's just gonna fall through. And there's like a whole gap in the
Well,
volume profile below that.
well, here's the thing. It's the Dow that is gonna show you. So you guys can write this number down, 34,582. That's the most significant major level there. If we don't fucking hold this, we're fucked. The market's not going to do well. You know, I've been saying for, you know, I don't know, a week that the Dow's the strongest. And if we don't hold this, this is bad. This is bad news. And I can tell you where the target is, you know, but it's bad news for you know, for a lot of things. So yeah. Target will be 33322.
No, that's easy to remember.
Yeah, 33322.
So if that level doesn't hold in the Dow, do you think it's going to be like a clean shot down? Like, is it going to be choppy on the way? Like, do we know the path? Because I feel like this is going to catch people off.
I don't know. I don't really know that too well.
Yeah.
I can't really say. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're looking at a time chart, it's a momentum chart, and to guess the momentum is a little bit hard. You know, just like how I was guessing like the Russell and the ES, hitting that significant level, I was completely wrong, off by like 2 days, I think. It's hard to say. I don't even dare to pretend I can say it. But I do know that.
But that's like, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just know that it's not a good thing when all four are below that significant major level.
Yeah, because you said NQ is already below its
NQ is way below. Yeah,
way
ES
below.
Is below. The Russell's below, and all these averages that are supposed to be holding it up is not holding it up.
Yeah,
and this is during the summer, whereas meaning we're supposed to slow the fuck down. We're not slowing down.
It needs to hold on a daily level, right? On daily close.
Wait, say that again?
The level you mentioned for the Dow, it needs to hold on a daily close.
It's a closing level. Yes, it's a 2 closing level, meaning usually for these we do want 2 closing levels, meaning we close it on one day and the next day, 2 consecutive days below it gives us at least understanding what's going on. Then we know that's to the downside. So even if it trades above it, as long as it doesn't break some type of structure or anything like that, we're still shorting the shit out of it, right? So if you look at Dow on like a lower time frame, not on a daily, where was that pullback to? Right now. Anyone know?
What did you ask?
Where's the Dow pullback right now?
Okay.
To what though, right? Like 82, right? Now that doesn't mean that we can't go above it. they're gonna fight this. So that's the initial fight. You have to think about like a fight. That's the initial fight. They fought it to the tick. Great. But what's going to happen afterwards? Are we going to close above it? We're going to close below it? What's going to happen? And we're not going to know. Capital Flow is not going to know until like a day or two later. So don't think like, oh, we're below it. Zero said we're below it. We're going to short. That's not necessarily how it works. You know, it's kind of like a line in the sand. A line in the sand doesn't mean that, you know, it's just going to run. It's going to hold or ricochet back and forth, you know, and then go in a place, right? So yeah, we're really close to that NASDAQ level.
Yeah, look, do I have permission to speak freely?
Harvey, seriously?
It's a loaded question.
Fucking shit, dude. Where did NQ stop? Major level, 1857. Oh.
Do I or no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Talk, dude.
Okay, this is probably going to reverse here. Like, I don't mean like right away, instantly. But this is going to do the reverse, right? We've pushed way down, and the way I see it, well, it's coming down to these last 20 minutes or so, or actually this overnight session will actually tell us a lot, right? So Russell is already giving us the signal that it wants to stay above. We need NASDAQ to kind of come back up and stay above as well. And your Dow to lead it. I would actually almost like to see Dow get above even higher, like 696, and like push through that, and then that'll actually tell us really what's going to happen for the hold. I believe this has shaken out enough people now. To actually get this. The job they completed the job.
It's what? Sorry?
They completed their job.
Okay.
Of shaking people out. Right? Like, I do see lower pricing, wait. I agree with you, the whole idea of the regime shift and the whole bit of it, but this is where it's going to shake out the shorts. And then it's going to reverse to go back. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. So we're actually going to get up into the NASDAQ, you know, let's call it the 450, 450s, into that range of levels and get rejected there. And then we're going to see way more downs. And then the recession is actually
but what is a top tick? What is a bottom tick? What is a pullback? It's just shake people out, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this is, I feel like today's extension was the icing on the cake, and Russell is actually going to tell us by holding this level right here, right now. Right? One of them's got to hold, and then the rest of them will piggyback off of that, in a sense, right? Like, remember what I was saying about when it goes, this is going to be ridiculous, and you guys are all going to shake
Wait, hold on.
It has to go up to go up.
You mean it has to go up to go down?
Well, kind of, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I actually will say that it's more on the Dow to hold it than the Russell. The Dow level,
right? You see what I'm saying? How it's giving us the first glimpses. Russell is ahead of it right now, and it's starting the wheels.
The Dow level is much more important.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's from, thank you. Not thank you like that. I mean, thank you for being part of that other room and or whatever, deciphering that, right? But I mean, at least Russell is giving us a starting point of something holding.
Possibly, yeah.
That's, I guess, what I'm saying. Because if we fall through this Russell number and hold below it, yeah, you're right. We're going way down.
Yeah.
Right? You see, like.
Yeah. Hold on real quick, Harvey. Ciao, JJ, Bayman, what's the number?
They're the only ones that got it right?
No, they didn't get it right.
Oh.
They're the three that didn't get it right. Peter didn't get it right either, but, you know, he asked the question. So what is it? What's the number? No, fuck. They're not even listening.
Russell?
Yeah, the Russell. What's the Russell number?
909 or something like that.
What is it?
He's whispering 9.
Nines?
Nines.
Nines?
Nines.
9.
Hey, come on.
Do you guys know it or not?
Am I wrong?
You can't just say 9.
I said 1909.
No, you're wrong.
Am I really?
All right, later, Chia. Does anyone know? Chow? JJ? Yeah, they're not listening. Oh, guys. I'm pretty sure I said it today. Bayman.
So it is not 1909.1.
It is 1909.1, guys.
That is what I said.
Oh, I thought you said 1909.
Well, I didn't say 0.1.
And it's not right.
It's off by a tick.
It doesn't matter.
It's wrong.
Wrong is wrong. Tick matters. Anyways.
So proud.
Yeah, it's 1909.1. Chow. Don't make me feel like yesterday, where I was like really disheartened that no one fucking listens. But anyways, hopefully you guys got something out of this. Capital Full is fucking real. Yeah. So
Good stuff. I think we learned a lot today. There was like a lot going on.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was like a big day.
yeah. Truthfully, there's a lot of things that goes on and that 9 times out of 10, I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like,
Yeah.
you know, tell me, and then they'll tell me. I'm like, fuck. How come I didn't know that before? Yeah. So these are the guys that do that. So, anyways,
Right.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks again, Zero.
All right. I'll see you guys
Bye-bye.
later.
See you. Bye.
1909.
0.1.
No 0.1. It doesn't matter anymore. All right. Later, guys.
Bye.